Hello, so this is Terfenstein 3D, which is a political commentary parody of Wolfenstein 3D. At least I think so. That's what I'll be going with. This game was brought to me, well, it was brought to my attention by Stoo, and I am ever so thankful that he did this to me. Thank you, Popper. You fetch good quality trash. Um, Terfenstein 3D is a first-person shooter game with a retro style from the early 90s. Consider it a creative iteration mix of Wolfenstein 3D and Doom 1. Aren't they basically the same game? I mean, the most creative mix of those I've ever seen is Super Noah's Ark. That was the best one, but this might be good. In this dystopian world, fascists have killed and imprisoned all the transgender and queer people. So who the hell uses Twitter? Subjecting them to harsh conversion therapy, imprisonment, and death. Is that like in order? Like, do they have to go through conversion therapy and they go, "You're right, my name is Philip. I'm proud of you, mine here," and then they pull out a pistol and shoot them in the head? Or you play as an escapee fleeing their detention center whilst you exact your revenge. That sounds okay. This game brings to light the very real transphobic violence. Somehow I doubt that many transgender people face for just existing. Yeah, so if any trans people have to shoot down hordes of Nazis to get to work, please let me know, but I get the impression that's not quite how that works. Also, I've just realised I've got a fan on and it's probably going to make the recording sound arse. I am sorry if it does, I'm not redoing all that again. And draw a comparison between gender critics and Nazi Germany. I doubt anyone's ever done that before. This is truly revolutionary. Develops over 4 months. Wow, lifelong work. This solo project is one of many controversial games the developer has made. Being able to artistically express yourself is a proven way to heal trauma and possibly also move on. I hope that also applies to people who want to express themselves on the other side of a debate to the one that this particular person is on. Because that's like the true pillar of free speech, isn't it? You don't have to believe in free speech. I'm just saying that you can't say you do and then, This game also hopes to achieve that for players who need it through gameplay that would stir up hidden and muddled emotions. Please take care of yourself and your loved ones. Well, that is the nicest request I've ever gotten from a video game, and might be the only one I've ever considered following up on. Hello there. I've recreated the footage for this because... Sorry about that. Yeah, the fucking recording decided to record everything in one fucking audio channel, despite the fact that I have 3 for that very reason. I love it when that happens. So this is the beginning of Terfenstein. This woman has just been wasted. I don't know how. I'm assuming I took her gun off her and shot her. And we're surrounded by the skeletons of several other trans people who didn't quite get as lucky as I did, which is kinda grim. Don't worry, I'm about to fix it all by shooting fucking Nazis, because that's what I do. Alright then, let's go. So I'm... Let's see. So I'm fairly sure that the protagonist of this game is somewhat based on Sandra Moen. Wouldn't be surprising if this was like some self-insert thing. Oh wow, they got atomized. Great. Hello. So those bishops cast fireballs at you, which I didn't. The bishops have actually turned to witchcraft in order to keep their little thing going with the double X chromosome Nazis. It's all very deep. Advassel. Why is everything still in German? Oh, whatever. See, they cast fire at me, but I can fire them back. Alright then, so apparently there's a secret in this level. I didn't find it last time, and I'm not putting in the effort to find it again because sod that. So here we go, we're at the loading bay now. You picked up some bullets. Good observation, my friend. Now, apparently this game is pretty short. I got stuck last time because some Nazis ran out of one of the rooms and I ran into the room and then the door closed behind me and I needed a key that I didn't have to get out of it and a key that I needed to go forward. So it was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm fucked then. Not sure who's barking at me. Am I being chased? No. I was drinking coffee then. Which on a real mission you're not supposed to do. But this isn't a real mission, this is just me escaping prison, so I can do what I want. It's my plan, I can drink coffee if I want to. So yeah, I did actually try to look up how to get past the room I locked myself in. And it turns out that yeah, the community thing in this is just full of people complaining about the subject matter, complaining that it's like very anti-women and stuff. I mean, I guess it's just too silly for me to take seriously as a thing. It's just like a silly parody thing to me. Like, it's hard for me to get annoyed at stuff like this. And it's clearly like meant to be some sort of satire, even if it's not particularly... I mean, in my opinion, it's not particularly good satire or funny satire, but it is satire nonetheless. Nonetheless. And I think that should be respected. It's not like that thing that guy put out a few years ago where you just shoot gay people for, well, just because they're gay, which was like a thing that they tried to put on Steam and it just didn't quite make it. That and the game looks absolute crap. This is at least a functional Wolfenstein clone, which most people can play from beginning to end and maybe enjoy. I don't know if this is the game I'd recommend for anyone who's into boomer shooters or looking to get into boomer shooters, because boomer shooters, like, typically they have like more going for them than this does. I feel like the guns are a bit weak and their power-ups and health pickups are a bit wank. Admittedly, I'm only in like the first... I've made it to the 3rd level of this, and then I died, and then I couldn't be arsed after that, so I was like, oh, you know what, fuck it, that's a good time to stop. There's also no save at all. There's no save function. So you have to basically like play through the entire fucking thing again, as I'm having to now if you ever quit. Which I have to admit is not fun. I mean, it doesn't even take me 20 minutes to get back to where I was, but like, you know, it's still time that I could have been spending getting further in the game. I'm now backtracking to redo bits, and it doesn't sit well with me, especially post 2000. In a 90s game, I get it. In a post 2000 game, less so. See, I don't like redoing commentary because I feel like I'm just going by the numbers through my points. And it kind of annoys me because like I had a better commentary on the first one, but the commentary fucked up. This isn't the game's fault at all, and I didn't want the game to suffer for it. But like, it just kind of annoys me when that shit happens. I don't know why my audio channels sometimes just bleed into one. And I keep thinking I found the answer, and then I haven't, and it doesn't matter. Someone did make the fair, like, point that if this was made, but on the flip side, like the exact same premise but completely reversed, would it be accepted on Steam? And somehow I doubt it, even though I think it should be protected under the same like parody fair use thing. You know, that sort of commentary thing that was going for it. Back off, dog. I think anything that's like got this many layers to it, like you've got like the parody Nazis and like that equating Terfs to Nazis thing, is within of itself meant to be the joke that these people are kind of like Nazis. Whether you agree with that or not, that is the joke, that is the point. And I feel like so long as there is a point that can be explained, I don't see it as hate speech, or if it is, it's at least disguised enough that it's not just rampant hate. Whereas a lot of people just seem to think, oh, it's only hate speech if it disagrees with me, but otherwise it's perfectly valid. Like, it's not quite how it works. I found the doggy beds earlier, and then I was like, oh, I'm really sad that I had to kill all those doggies, and then I found their little beds, and then the doggies attacked me again, so I just shot them all, because fuck them. Depravity. I like the mischievous grin that the character has when she picks up the shotgun, like. I feel like the problem is with a lot of like trans issues and women versus trans issues and stuff, is you have two of the problems that you had with third wave feminism about 10 years ago. There are people with legitimate criticisms who are afraid to say them because, well, unfortunately, anyone who criticizes things are lumped in with the same group of toxic little smeg lords who just take shit too far, who are just hateful bigots with no other objective other than to just spread hatred and be shits. So the problem is, it's harder eventually to tell between criticism and, you know, like genuine concerns and hate speech. And it does get frustrating for everyone involved when eventually you're automatically written off the second you open your mouth, regardless of your intention. And I think really that is the fault of the early get there first hate mongers and grifters who just want to piss people off and make money off of it. And now it's a conversation where it's like walking on eggshells, because if you say one wrong word or one wrong phrase, there's a big like uproar about it from someone somewhere, and it doesn't help that no two people can agree on any of this shit at all, like on any side. Everyone has like their own definition as to what should be accepted, what's not acceptable, where we should be, where we shouldn't be. And honestly, I think like we just kind of need to start leaving people in the dust who cannot hear things that they don't like on both sides of the equation. Just because someone says something they don't like doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to act on it, and vice versa. And I'm only talking about this because I've actually just like I've said everything I said about this game in seconds, and now it's like I don't know what else to say. I did say a conclusion, which I might as well say now, that I do feel like the novelty of this game, the sort of parody element, it kind of wears off and runs out very quickly. It's like by this point in the game, I was like, okay, I got the point of it, and it's not quite as funny now, or anything, and I'm just sort of, Complex finish. You are here. I don't know why I need to go here. Hate. Is that my objective? I mean, I'm already pretty damn good at hatred, like, that's like my thing. Not the game hatred. The game's shite. Oh, shit. Oh, I fucked that up. You picked up some health. Oh, thanks, game. Thanks for the obvious. Blowing things up is kind of fun in this. It does have a bit of impact. Ah, shit. What's it? When I get hit by those things, they just throw me around all over the place. I'm not sure they're meant to. What the fuck keeps knocking me about? It's off. Someone said as well, you do move a bit too slow for these kind of boomer shooters, and I do agree. Like, I think you'd be better off like speeding the character up a little to make it so they can dodge bullets by strafing. Because this feels a bit too much like something like Half-Life. It's the same problem Duke Nukem Forever has, where basically the character moves like a Call of Duty character, but the game around them is a boomer shooter. So they end up just getting caught up in like a fucking mess of bullets, unable to move away from it because it's going too slow. Also, the health power-ups are just like pitiful. It's like 1 health per pickup. And as far as I'm aware, there aren't any that do better. You need the blue key. There's the dog food bowl of the dogs that I murdered. You shooting at me for, you dick? Oh, now I'm down to 30 HP. Great, thanks. Full boot. Okay. The red key. Yeah, I need to find the red key, I think. I haven't locked myself in, have I? Again. Because if I have, I am just gonna fucking shoot myself in real life. I might just have a panic attack if I've locked myself in and fucked myself over. I think I've locked myself in and fucked myself over. That's like really... That's something that really needs to be fixed with this game, that you can just go into rooms you're clearly not meant to be in. And you end up just like getting stuck. You're kind of fucked. Yeah, it's like, oh, the door is locked, but that's how I got in, so... I don't quite understand. Okay, I guess I live here now. This is my world now, I guess. Sure, yeah, this is my world in this tiny room. From one cage into another. How poetic. So... Yeah, because these are all red doors. Need the red key, need the red key, need the red key. There is no red key in this area as far as I can see. Doors locked. Doors locked. Let me try these. Doors locked. Doors locked. Right, so I'm fucked basically. Okay, so that is was hoping that might do something. How is the door locked when I fucking came through here? What the fuck? Okay, so that is Terfenstein. I'm not playing this again. I've played through it 3 times now. Twice this has happened. I can't be asked again. So that's Terfenstein. It's decently made, but it doesn't really take any risks. As a boomer shooter, it's not like the worst you could do, I imagine. I imagine there's worse made things than this one. But at the same time, I do kind of feel like you could probably do a lot better as well with something like Strife or something along those lines. If you want it for its like comedy and shot value and what have you, I guess it delivers on that to a degree. It is what it says it is on the box. But at the same time, it's like, it is just what it says on the box and little else. There's no, like, surprises or anything like that. It just is what it says on the box, which is fine. But after a while, you're just left with that and you don't have much else. I do wonder, actually, if this door closes, can I then leave? It's the best I've got. Like, no. So yeah, Terfenstein. In all honesty, I personally don't know if I'd recommend it to anyone outside of people who it just immediately appeals to. If it does appeal to you and it's fun, you know, you find the concept funny, then sure, yeah, it's probably going to entertain you for a bit. But otherwise, it's okay. It's not the worst thing I've played by far. It's not too bad, I guess. That's it. Bye.
Professor Curious is a fucking spurg.